What's up, everybody? Final Bout 8 is here. We finally are ready to get this going. But first off, we are here. C's Garage Cars, they just made it, landed here. We're at TF Works. So first, got to give a big shout out to TF Works for letting us store some of these cars. C's Garage guys are going to be landing in 4 hours, and then they're going to be here tomorrow. They're going to lower the cars, because I know a lot of you guys have been like, why are the cars so high? So they're going to do that. They're going to lower the cars. They've got to do some, put some 85 in it, get it all ready for the big show. But we're excited. Final Bout 8 finally is here. It's been a long year since our last one, so it's going to be an amazing time. There's one car that you don't see here because that's already inside. We've got the JZX 100 is in there. But yeah, so Final Bout is here. And also want to give a huge shout out to Era Pictures. So obviously last year when we shipped the cars, we shipped them to Wisconsin and then had them over here. But this time, because these guys are going to Super D, so make sure to get your tickets for Super D. They got shipped to LA and we needed a place to store them. So our friend Seb from Auto Real Dream, they own a spot called Era Pictures. If you guys have ever seen a drift car in a rap video or in any music video, Travis Scott, all these things, you can thank Seb. Check out, there's a Good as Cast pod. They go through the whole situation there. So Seb and Nico and Mike and all those guys, big shout out to them. They let us store those cars over in their shop for a couple days, or actually almost a month. So we were able to keep them there nice and cozy and away from everybody. But yeah, anyways, so the cars are here. Final Bout 8 is starting. It's Monday right now. We'll take you through the whole journey. We'll see it all. We're gonna have a pre-meet that we're gonna be doing. We're gonna have a cruise into the city. We'll be at the Car Club in Chicago again. And then Final Bout. Final Bout's coming Saturday, Sunday. We have a whole big weekend planned. So we're really looking forward to it. It's going to be an amazing time. So come along for the ride. And yeah, someday, comment below if you want me, because we're at TF Works and TF Dave has this really, really cool S13 in the back that he's owned for 23 years. Let us know below if you want us to do a little breakdown on it, and maybe I'll force him to take it out of the actual shop and actually move it, because he never wants to drive it. But DM TF Works too and tell him that too, that he should drive that thing. But anyways, thank you TF, thank you Era Pictures. Let's get the show on the road and go to Final Bout 8.
How's everything going? Great, Sammy, great. Man, this I tell you, I was in Las Vegas for 12 weeks. Yeah, good to say that. Anyway, I said I'm gonna take a month off. I'm gonna just lay. I ain't gonna do nothing, right? And the phone rang, said, Sammy and company. I said, solid. Thank you. Did I tell you this? This cat's television, NBC, all around the place, and I would go out and I would sit around, and say, dynamite, man, dynamite. How you doing, man? Groovy, solid, man. Never did a show. And when they called me, I said, this has got to be a joke. Somebody's putting me on.
All right, what's up, everyone? We are here. It's Friday. It is Final Bout 8 is just about to start. So behind me, teams are getting loaded and whatnot and getting ready for the event itself. But first we should go back because we skipped a couple little things. Let's talk about what a night that we had on Thursday. So we had our pre-meet, so we usually do this nice little public parking lot. We do some stuff and have a bunch of cars. The numbers were insane. Last year was big. This was even bigger. We had way more people, even though I tried to keep it as small as possible and under wraps and didn't tell anybody anything about it until like 4 hours. But somehow it was amazing. It was ridiculous. It was crazy. And the cruise to the city, ton of fun. It's about a 45-minute drive, but it's always a blast mobbing with, you know, at what point can I say I'm driving into, you know, Chicago with my boys, you know, like Hurt from Georgia, or you got the people from the Pacific Northwest. We got people from California, all the Auto Rail Dream guys. They all unloaded. They all cruised with us. So it's really sick. It's always fun cruising and mobbing on the cars because, yeah, they're drift cars, but they're street cars too, and they're a blast on the street. So if you ever get the chance, definitely do it. But yeah, headed to Grid Life, so got to give a big shout out to Grid Life. They've got a place called Car Club. So if you ever need storage in Chicago, it's really hard and expensive, go to Car Club. You can store your car, work on your car. They let us in there. We had pizza, we had hot dogs, we had a bunch of stuff. Too many people there too. Got into a little bit of trouble, but generally speaking, everything was okay. But yeah, police did show up because they're just like, wow, there's a lot of you here, but they were super respectful and they're like, oh, you're not takeover people? Great, that's fine. But you do have to kind of not be illegally parked, but you know, that is what it is. So, but that was a blast. So thank you. Shout out to Grid Life, shout out to Car Club. Thank you for letting us do that. And also got to give a thank you to Legit Manila. They saved the car show. They were amazing, helped us park people at the pre-meet. So pre-meet and everything was sick. So definitely great. You know, it's always fun to just be able to share the wealth on everybody and the people that can't make it here or the people that do, just so they can see all the cars in one place. So it's been a blast. So, but yeah, we'll check out some footage of that and show you what the pre-meet situation and what the car club situation looked like. And then we'll come back to USAIR and get on with the show.
People have tried to stop us, but we've come this far. This is our moment. The moment we come together as one. And it's time for everyone to be in the same state of mind. Let's rule out any distraction and focus on what really matters. It's about you, about me.
That was the pre-meet and that was the car club, but back at USAIR, so now we can get into what's happening today. For those, hopefully that you all know, if you don't know, Final Bout is half car show, 50% of the score, car show, 50% is driving. So today what's happening, people are getting loaded, you see them behind me, they're getting their cars pitted and getting that taken care of and just getting their spots ready, cleaning their cars. But in about a few minutes here, we're gonna be starting doing the car show judging. So our judges, they go through paint and exterior, they go through wheel and wheel fitment, the interior, and then the engine bay. If you want to get a deeper look on this, check out our machine check videos. We do those from the eyes of a judge, so you guys can see exactly what we're looking at and the little details and how we manage. But our judges are going to go through all 110 cars that are back here in a few minutes, and it's a lot of work. Like you think it's just out here and just watch some people go do some laps, but no, they got to go do that. So shout out. We've got Hurt from Nappy Boy Entertainment, we got PJ from Bosstown, and we got Sebastian from Corey Works. So those are our three judges. So definitely stoked. They all brought their cars too, so we'll do some judge laps too, because that'll be fun. But yeah, today's gonna be car show day. We're gonna hang out. Then we're gonna go, just hang out later tonight and just the calm before the storm. The weather is beautiful. We're out here at USAIR. C's Garage's cars are almost finished being unloaded back there. Those guys are super, super stoked to drive USAIR. What's crazy, in the conversation, I gave Joel a ride during the cruise. they basically never drive anything under 4th gear. Everything in New Zealand is 4th gear tracks, and he's just like, last time he's drifted in 2nd gear was in Japan when he lived out there for like a full year and did some stuff. So they're nervous for some reason, but me and Julian were just talking and they're like, these guys are gonna figure it out in half a lap and they're gonna kill it. So look out for those guys. They're definitely making me nervous that we might not be able to three-peat because it's gonna be rough with them, but Animal Style's here too. We got RPS Works right behind me. We got Front Street. Front Street is really, really pushing this year to try and make it. We've got, a bunch. Auto Real Dream, like I mentioned earlier. Go to their Instagram. The rollout, I have to say, this year has been pretty ridiculous in terms of media. People have been doing some stuff. Front Street did a bunch of cameos. I know Karoshi did a little deep fakes. Auto Real Dream made movies, basically. So it's all lighthearted. Everybody's having a blast. Nobody really cares if they win, but it's nice to win. But anyways, check out, we're gonna get ready to Final Bout and we'll be hitting the track pretty shortly. So thank you and check everything out.
I wanna go back. Go back. I wanna go back. Go back. Please. I wanna go back.
I'm taking you back.
I wanna go back. Please, 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 please. Let's go back.
I'd like to go back.
Let's take it back.
Selector, pull that one back.
Go back. I wanna go back. Go back. Please. I wanna go back.
What's up, everybody? All right, Final Bout, it's finally here today. It's Saturday. It's a little foggy and misty right now, but we're about to get started with the event. Last night we got through all the car show judging. I won't spoil who actually ended up winning the car show portion, but I was not surprised. But the car show portion, that's all done, so we know who all the top teams there on that side. So we had, a lot of heavy hitters. I'll tell you who was in the top. But so we had like RPS Works, clearly, C's Garage, Animal Style, Proceed. Those cars all killed it in the car show games, so big props to all those guys. But now we're about to get started, getting to the driving portion of our drivers meeting here in a little bit, and we'll get ready to start the show. We're out here on Advance, which is the competition course. It's gonna be a great day. Can't wait for this to happen, but big shout out to all of our sponsors with Koyo, Race Treads, Chase Bays, Turn 14, and Thrash Racing. So these guys make it all possible, as well as you guys that are watching this and you guys that came out to the event. Gates are open, vendors are ready. But yeah, it's time to shred, and let's see who ends up taking the trophies. So yeah, let's find out. So now that the teams have gotten to practice, they've figured out what their lineups are going to be, and they're ready to get into this competition. So what they are going to do is we have a little jam session, and all the teams go out and do close to about 10 or so runs, and we judge all of them, but we'll take the top 3 scores, and that's going to be what their total final score is for the driving portion. Then we combine that with the car show portion that they already did, which is out of 10 points. The driving is also out of 10 points. Put those 2 scores together, and that's how we determine who the top 8 teams are going to be. Now, with the top 8 teams, the top 8 get to choose one person for the 1v1 comp that's going to be coming in a little bit, but the top 4 teams, they are going to go one more time, battles, 2 runs, straight up, right back to back, and that's going to determine who our final winners are going to be for Final Bout 8. As mentioned earlier, the top 8 teams get selected when we put together the scores of the car show and the scores of driving. But what we do is we take the top 4 teams, and the top 4 teams are going to go back to back, 2 runs each, and that's going to determine who ends up winning. So let's see these guys do their final runs in the final battle to determine the winner of Final Bout 8.
Good feeling. Yeah. My name's Joel Hedges.
And I'm Adam Hedges.
We're from New Zealand and we're part of a team called C's Garage. The journey all started for us. We've been messaging Simba, how long now you reckon? Like in total, like since we first discovered Simba and his cars and Chicago boys.
Probably like 18 years maybe.
Yeah. It's been a long, long time. Ever since we first got into drifting, the Chicago boys always had crazy nice cars. We kind of discovered them through the early blog days. And ever since then, we've kind of watched from afar Final Bout kind of like blossom into what it's become today, which has been unreal to watch from a distance.
Yeah.
So we had about 2 months from him like hitting the go button to us having to get that car completely built and this thing like fully refreshed, which how long you probably spent?
Luckily, I wasn't working at the time, so I had a bit of spare time. But I mean, we were working like at least probably 15-hour days. Joel's car needed a motor build, engine loom, chassis loom, all the suspension. Both cars needed paint, stickers, wheel powder coat. There's probably stuff I'm missing. But yeah, we got it done, just.
Yeah, it was one of those missions that you're like finishing the cars, taking a photo of them, and then we just threw them in the container. And we didn't even really get a chance to like stand back and look at them and appreciate what we'd done.
Yeah.
So fast forward 2 months and then it's time to fly to Chicago. We like land and then we go to TF Works. We've been working with Stunts for a long time, like Stunt Suspension and TF Works, so it was epic to go check out those guys. We walked into their workshop and the cars were sitting there. And it was probably the first time we got to like stand back and just like look at them. And they're like, you know, so far from home. It's just the most surreal feeling to see the cars there. So we've obviously never driven here before. What did you think of the track for the first time?
Yeah, first lap out, we have nothing like this in New Zealand, and it kind of feels like an arcade game or a computer game.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little bit slower than what we're used to, but way more technical, and the fun is definitely not taken away when you take away the speed.
Yeah.
It's as fun or more fun because we have nothing like this.
Yeah.
So
yeah, this is like a massive novelty to us. I don't think in New Zealand all of our tracks are like road courses, super fast, high speed. I don't think we've driven in second gear for like 12 years since I used to live in Japan, which was kind of like a nerve-wracking thing. It's like shit, we still got like the tight technical stuff, but it's like riding a bike.
Yeah.
The track is insane. The fact that you can run multiple layouts at the same time splits everyone up, even though there's like 100 odd cars here. Track time's insane, so yeah. We got out on track, we did a few shakedowns on intermediate, and then we jumped straight into the advanced layout. Started getting a feeling for that. It is a lot more technical than we thought it would be, especially trying to fit. Probably the biggest challenge is fitting 4 cars on corners of that size.
And 3 different chassis as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. So we got a JZX, we got 2 Silvias, and then we got Kiske and his A86. So like, they're all similar power, but they're very different cars, you know. So we just started to figure out like who's fastest, who wants to lead, who's consistent, and we just figured out a natural rhythm. Probably struggled for most of the day.
Yeah.
I feel like we got under 20 laps in total, including the last final lap. So every single lap we've just been learning. Watching some of the boys that drive here all the time, it's pretty cool. Like the Proceed guys, they just no warm up, first lap, bang, bang, bang down the wall, and then every lap since then, bang, 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 which is harder to do than it looks. So yeah, pretty stoked on that.
Yeah, so we got into competition and the jam session, and we kind of had not the best start to the jam session. We made the bad decision of putting like a very grippy tyre on the back, thinking it would be easier for us to stay together, and that was wrong. So we instantly came back in, swapped tyres, went back out, and slowly got into the rhythm of it. And Cam was just doing like the perfect lead run so that me and Joel could figure out what to do behind him. Kiske was unfortunately having some car issues, so it wasn't too in sync, but yeah.
I think we kind of figured it out, like we were learning the whole day, and we kind of figured it out when we needed to figure it out, and it all kind of worked out. So.
Yeah.
Still doesn't feel real. This whole time I've been waiting for someone to like pinch us awake from a dream, you know, like we wouldn't be here without so many people, so that everyone that helped us, just thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Now that the team tandem competition is over and we've figured out who's won the Final Bout 8, it's time to relax. It's time to have some fun. It's time to let the sun down and let the lights turn on, and it's time for everybody to just jam out and drive with all the homies from across the world at the night runs. This is probably the best portion of the event, but we love this, and this is just where people can just have some fun. We drive until 11 p.m. under the lights, and it's an amazing time, and where some of the best driving happens throughout the entire weekend. After a long Saturday driving from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. and deciding who the best team in the world is, we are here on Sunday and we have one more battle left. Now what we do is we take the top 8 teams, as mentioned earlier, and they all choose one driver to represent them in a traditional Suiso 1v1 competition. This part brings out some of the crazy driving that we see from a 1v1 competition, where instead of trying to do some team tandem, we're trying to actually battle out and see who wins.
I've had the honor of driving with Adam last time,
your winner, which means a complete clean sweep. Adam from City's Garage, first place, make some noise. Ginny Oaks in second. Okay, we've had a quick interview with second place. Ginny, we already asked you how awesome it was, but just overall, how great was this weekend driving with the City's Garage?
Oh, amazing. I mean, this event in general is like, we go to a lot of events, we go to a lot of big events, and this is still the one that I will cancel everything for. can I just leave your cars here? Like, please? Alright, yes, you can do some stuff. Incredible.
Yeah, if you like this status, you have to stay. Yeah, there we go. Make some noise. Second place, Jimmy Oates. Adam, I interviewed Jimmy first in the hope that that little bit of time, you did think of some words, but I can just tell you're on an absolute dream high right now, and a clean sweep. The car show sees Garage, the team sees Garage, Solo sees Garage. You're just blown away, aren't you, mate?
Yeah, like I said, it's a dream, and we still have the engine going, so it's not quite a clean sweep. But yeah, I just want to take this time to thank Simba and all the Final Bout crew, and Julian and all the Super D guys for getting us over here, because it's, yeah, we never thought we'd be standing here doing that.
Absolutely unreal. And yeah, on that note, you will be heading to Super D after this, but surely you're convinced to maybe leave the cars a bit longer.
Yeah, there's talks, but we can't confirm anything yet.
Oh, keeping the cards close to the chest. Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Hedges sees Garage, your solo battle winner.
Final Bout 8. It's come, it's gone. My voice is also almost gone, so sorry if I sound a little hoarse. But this was an amazing event. I say this almost every year, but things just keep leveling up and up and up and up, and it's such an amazing sight to see. For those of you that have been along the ride for the last 11 years, if you've been at Final Bout 1, it was an amazing time, but definitely things have changed and grown. We've got so many more people that are coming, so big shout out to everyone that did come out to the event. People from all over the world, not just the US, people from Canada, people from New Zealand, Australia, we had Poland, we had all over the world. So shout out to you guys for coming out and supporting. You guys made it an amazing time. It's really cool chopping it up with a lot of people from all over, even at the bar nights and whatnot, so that was great. But what was really, really amazing, C's Garage and 8-6 Fighters, Keisuke and Cam, those guys killed it. I've always known they're good drivers. They've been driving, I don't know, longer than me, maybe somewhere in that range. Known they're great drivers. I've never seen them in person, and they were, let me tell you this, they were telling us, oh, they're very nervous. They don't know how they're gonna do. It's gonna take forever, blah, blah, blah. One lap in, boom, done, figured it out. And those guys are amazing. They clean sweep the whole event pretty much. So they came, they conquered, and they showed us how everything is done. So, big shout out to Joel and Adam for creating this and creating what they've done, and I'm so glad we were able to bring them out here because they did amazing. Their driving was next level. The cars were next level. Like, they won the car show. They had the high scores there. They won on the driving portion. They won in that competition. And then on top of that, in the 1v1 competition, Adam, so he won. He beat all top eight drivers too. Then we did a little boss battle. We were like, you know what? Let's do the brothers battle. We had Adam versus Joel. So Joel ended up winning, but to be fair, Adam had just went through the entire top 8, so he had to deal with that and going through. But hey, at least he gets to brag to his brother that he decided to beat him there. So, but anyways, the event was amazing. So shout out to them. Very happy with them. They're taking the trophy home. First time the trophy is leaving the country. So that's gonna be great. I don't know how they're gonna get it home, so good luck to them. Maybe they're gonna bring it on the plane, and if it's a cool conversation starter, gonna have to do that. Otherwise, yeah, maybe they'll ship it, who knows. That's on them, they gotta figure it out, so hopefully it comes back. That trophy has a lot of stories in it, so which is really sick. But anyways, yeah, shout out to those guys. It was an amazing time. Definitely hyped on that. But yeah, the event wasn't just them. We had so many people. Animal Style coming back again after last year. Those guys did amazing, really cool to see those guys. A lot of new drivers. They have young kid Jamo. He was out here, Luke and Aaron and Sam. So big shout out to those guys for coming out because they're helping us with the Super D situation and getting C's Garage here. So definitely go to Super D, go to their website. The event's coming up. Make sure to be there. You're gonna see Animal Style there. You're gonna see 8-6 Fighters. You're gonna see C's Garage. Pretty sure Front Street is coming. I should be there. A whole bunch of other people are going to be coming out, so make sure to go to Super D, support that. But yeah, I mean, in the top 4 was a great top 4. It was C's Garage, it was Front Street, it was Proceed, and it was Good Feeling. So Good Feeling had to get a sub because one of their members just about to have a baby, so obviously that's not the best time to be traveling, but they got a sub from local guy, and they ended up coming in 3rd place. My team, we lost. We didn't three-peat. I'm sorry for everybody that wanted us to three-peat. Came in 4th place, but hey, you know, losing to Good Feeling, losing to Front Street, and losing to C's Garage is an honor. Those guys did fantastic, and it was such a sick time seeing them drive, getting to hype them. Unfortunately, Front Street came in 2nd again, so I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. You guys figure that out, why they keep coming in 2nd place. Maybe, you know, next year we're gonna have to bring another heavy hitter, and they definitely can't win again, so sorry. But hey, just kidding. But no, but seriously, those guys look up to C's Garage, so I know for them it was an honor to lose to a C's Garage. Like I'm absolutely thrilled that they were the ones that won this, and very stoked. But yeah, so shout out to everybody that came out, all the drivers, all the staff, all the media, everybody that was here, anybody that came, bought something and supported. But we are still selling some C's Garage stuff, so we have all the collab stuff because again, we'll be at Super D, Final Bout will be there. We're gonna have a booth, we're gonna be selling some things, but all the money you guys buy on the C's Garage goods on either Super D or their website or Heatmaker's website or ours, that all is gonna go to them so that they can continue the journey. They've lost bumpers, they've lost a few things. Keisuke's got a lot of work to do. So yeah, they've got a lot of work that they can do to the cars, so support them. Anything helps, and then you get some cool swag, right? Get some shirts, get some stickers. Yeah, all custom stuff that you can't get anywhere else, so why not get something like that, support it, come showing up to Super D, wearing all their clothes and goods. So yeah, that's the end, Final Bout 8, we're done. It's been a pleasure, you know. Looking forward to doing more and announcing what we're gonna be doing next year. We always have some cool, fun stuff, but we'll figure it out how we're gonna top this one out because this was definitely one of the best ones. So catch you guys later.
Here they go. First round, Joel leads, Adam chases, and they are flying through the course.